Yo, back at it, man. The game literally just started. I gotta start a little bit earlier next time because they start right at 3 o'clock, which is amazing. But IGN versus the Agua Caliente G League team. Salute to Dominic Bolick, man. Salute Toronto Blue Jays. Salute to Toronto Blue Jays, man. Remember the good old teams with Carlos Delgado, John Olerud. I'm not saying I was a fan, but I have respect for them. I respect for Toronto Blue Jays. Roy Holiday, rest in peace. Interesting team. As the Clippers G League team, Agua Caliente, scored that basket. So again, we're gonna be looking at Kuminga and Jalen Green, two guys that the Knicks will most likely not get. But again, it's good to analyze. And Jalen Green drove us up. It was kind of open there, missed a shot. I think he was trying to look for the alley and didn't, kind of decide it late. So again, things I'm looking for: Kuminga in his jump shot. Kuminga's dribbling ability, driving to the basket. I'm also looking for Jalen Green, him executing his dribbling to the basket. Also, him using his left. He does not use his left a lot or go to his left, especially when he's contested or not contested but guarded well. So some of the things I'm looking for. We call it travel. And my boy Hinton, I don't know, he's not here, but he likes this kid named Isaiah Todd. I was arguing if you take him with with one of your first round picks. We've been going back and forth. I'm not sure you take Isaiah Todd with your first pick, but we don't know how things will play out. Again, G League's going to end earlier than everything else because only 15 games. Going to have the tournament coming up soon, so we'll see. We'll see. But Isaiah Todd, he's a measurables guy right now. I'm still not sure if you take him. So I'm not sure you're taking one of your first round picks unless they're really late. You know what I'm saying? So to everybody in the chat, man. So to C-Mac. So to Stephen Fox, a consigliere. Let me see. Seems who's playing. We're not going to get it sad. Yeah, it's sad. But you never know what happens, man. Oh, yeah. Jared Jabb was on Georgia Tech. He's a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech. Kuminga with the jump shot, and that misses. So right there, Kuminga kind of forced that shot. I mean, you want him to get a little bit more space. It was contested. I mean, the phone was fine, but Kuminga's not a high jumper, so it's, he didn't really get a good leverage on that. You'd want him to get a little bit. Whoa, Aaron Boone is getting surgery to get a pacemaker. Damn. Sorry to Aaron Boone. I'm not a Yankees fan, but damn, that sucks. So praise up for him, man. That absolutely sucks. Isaiah Todd Portis. Man. Come on, man. Salute. Yeah, the consigliere, man. Salute to Delano, still salute to Justin L. I don't know who this is. That's not Knicks. I can't see what that is. On the G League. Nice alley. Jalen Green defends that. Again, Jalen Green is an interesting prospect because he's like so athletic. This point guard, the one with the headband, try to get a Jalen Green bad pass. Should have seen the passing lanes being guarded then. Probably should have do something up or just keep the passes. He wasn't going to Jalen. Jalen Green, again, too, his shooting form is very inconsistent. Sometimes he shoots it, flicks it here, like when he's at the top of the key. Whenever he's at the wing, you see him shoot it here. Very inconsistent shot form. So whoever gets Jalen Green, that's a guy that obviously you're probably not going to put in the G League, but you need to be very patient. And you have a lot of these teams that they need stars or they want stars per se versus I should play players. And Kuminga with a nice shot, it misses. Nice form in that shot, man. He shoots it from up here, like kind of up here. Not a lift, but it's very consistent. Oh my gosh, whoever this point guard is, the headband. He is, Lord Jesus, it's terrible. Salute to everybody, man. Yeah, Aaron Boone. Praise up for Aaron Boone. That sucks, man. Absolutely sucks. I'll leave the link for anybody who wants to join up. Get it out to. I don't know who this number 38 guy is. Looks like a bootleg Brogdon. Kuminga on the baseline. No, in the corner. Excuse me. Spin move. Forces that shot. That's not a good shot at all. What was he? He's trying to look for a foul. You pass that back out. And I've seen it a few times with Kuminga. Sometimes he spins the wrong way. Like he'll spin into traffic or he'll spin baseline, but he'll pick up his dribble. It's not like a Randall thing where I've seen Randall sometimes spin baseline and take that ugly mid-range, which he seemed to, I don't say perfected, but become a lot more proficient at. And Kuminga needs to, again, you're not getting the most of teaching here, but Kuminga has to learn how to operate with that baseline. Can't just pick up your dribble after you spin to the baseline and then hesitate. You allow the defense to basically recover. And again, I don't know who's going to say, nice Jalen Green is another guy. He has to become more hippie, if that makes sense. I use these players today. They on the tip of their toes, and they're really bouncy on defense. He's going to get abused in his league until he learns how to use more of his hips and shift versus jump. Nice take by who was this number 11? Looks like a bootleg Denzel Valentine. I don't know what this guy is. Ashley. I looked up the roster. I don't know who that is. Salute everybody in the chat, man. I like this nice small gather. Salute, Illmatics. Yeah, we're just covering this game, man. Covering this game. I wanted to cover the Seton Hall versus Connecticut game, but I got to actually have a interview today with Knicks, Nickish. So support those guys, Nickish at Night. I think it's Nickish or Nickish at Night. Oh, no, they have a show called Nickish at Night, but they call it Nickish. And I'll be on at 8 with those guys. So I'll post a link a little bit later to their YouTube site, but we'll be on at 8 just talking Knicks and Jalen Green with the shot. You see how Jalen Green shot that shot? Somewhat of a flick. It looked a little bit better, but that shot looked more like how LaMelo shot when he first came in. I want to look up who the Charlotte Hornets shooting coach, because LaMelo shot looks better than what it was coming from high school, or not high school, but the NBL. Salute to let me see who else in here. Justin, salute. Yeah, we're in tonight in here today. Another 3. Kuminga misses. No, is that Kuminga? My bad. So I had to look at my phone real quick. Nice drive from Santos. Oh, and he misses that. Gotta make your layups, boy. Kuminga drives, kicks it out to number 6 at this old point guard. He misses another shot. Oh, jeez. Damn it, man. What the hell is this? What? Oof. Sorry, somebody just sent me something crazy on my text. I got my dude Hinton in the building. Salute, bro.
How you doing, everyone?
You see your boy Kuminga?
Nah, I just got in, so so I'm missing the first couple minutes. So,
got you.
What's going on here?
Not much. Jalen Green. Everybody's missing on IGN. Kuminga had a spin. He took a contested shot, stopped his dribble, tried to shoot over the defender. Not a good shot. He had another one where he spun into the baseline in the post. With double team come, I believe. Yeah, he forced that shot too. He just had another shot that actually looked good. I think it was from 3. He missed that. So he's off right now. Green again. He's on the break. He had a nice look from the wing, I believe it was. Missed that. But you know what it is. I'm looking for with Green. I'm looking for him. Oh, he drove with his left too, but he didn't. He kind of took a step and then kind of beat the defender, so he wasn't really guarded. And he still missed the layup. I think he was kind of looking for alley, but he was indecisive about it. So, thing I'm looking at today is Jalen Green, his shot form, him driving on his left. His dribble again is very raw. It's Kuminga. Look, I agree with Stephen Fox that the shot is not going in. I'm looking more so to where he's taking the shots, how he operates in a post. Because in that one post move that I saw him, they threw a double team. They're throwing a double team at him. So I want to see how he reacts to that. Because, again, he does have good court awareness for a big man. Also, his dribbling, slashing ability is a little raw. His dribbles can be a little high at times. So those are things I'm looking for. What you look for? Oh, wait. Before you go, sorry. Apologize. Salute to Black Mama. Salute to MBK. We got nothing but Knicks in the building. Salute. And Chris Chang, salute. That's my guy, man. Salute Chris Chang. But what you looking for in this game, bro? And also Isaiah Todd. But,
Nah, I'm just looking for them to play better. They got smoked the last time they played. So, they lost by like 30 points. So, I'm looking for all of them to play better, But the score look like they're getting off to another bad start. So,
everybody's
yeah, I think they might be running out of gas. They're playing 15 games in 25 days. So, the legs, might be getting a little jiggly. Pause.
But hey, this is...
Yeah, but this is the life that they chosen.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
So,
you don't want to play in college, but even in college, they might even protect you because you're also playing some crap competition. Granted, G League is not the greatest competition, but there's some teams in college where your third stringers are getting in by like 10 minutes in the second half. Some games, obviously not, the big conference games or anything like that, but so yeah, you want to pick the G League? Go ahead. And by the way, you heard about Imani Bates?
Nah, but you hit me with the text, so Well, you know how much are they paying them? If they paying them $500,000, you know, you take it, you go through.
Oh man,
look, it's $500,000. Why are you turning it down?
That's true. But think about it, he probably could have got paid that in college too. I'm only joking. Before I get in trouble, I'm only joking. No. Nice take by I don't know who this dude with the headband, the point guard.
And you're still getting a level of better coaching to me than in college because you're playing the game that you want to play. You know, the college game is still different from the pros. So for me, this is about gaining the experience of the NBA because you have an NBA coach coaching you. You know, and you're around some NBA players that spent time there and yada yada yada. But you know, if you want to be in the NBA, you might as well play somewhat the NBA.
True. But we had we had a great conversation at the end of the show. It went off, but it was me, Nick, and Coach Color Block, and we went on another 2 hours. We were up to like 2 something. I got to sleep, but we were talking about. I wish I could just turn it on just to keep going because we were talking about a bevy of issues. We were talking about the complications of the pick and roll. We were talking about Coach Color Block was saying we were talking about Obi and his concerns, how Obi Toppin that they're just not a lot of swing forwards who succeed in the NBA. He brought up Derek Williams, like a lot of swing forwards who can't do one thing really well. Like they can't shoot really well. They struggle big time NBA. You're talking about just how raw Obi Toppin was. We're talking about high school basketball. We're talking about AAU. We talked about a bevy of issues, man. And you know, Coach Colorbox, he's a little bit more busy now just because he's married and you know he has.
I'm a married guy too, so you know, just. You know,
wait, say it again.
I said I'm a married guy too.
So, no. I'm gonna say that because he just got married. Plus, school came back, so like now he went back to coaching. So I kind of screwed him over time wise. But him and Nick, you know, having you guys, even you, like I wish to have those type of just, you know, shoot the ish type of episodes. I wish I could just turn it on, man. It was great, man. Nick was excellent. Talking about we were talking about Vincent, the shooting coach of the Pelicans. You know, Nick brought him up. Talking about how much he worked with Lonzo, how much you love to have him. Talking about a lot of stuff, man. It was really good. Jalen Green kind of forced that shot. Again, the thing I want to see Jalen Green is kind of like that change of pace where you could pick up the dribble and keep driving after faking a shot deep into the paint. But I guess maybe not a lot of players have that natural ability where you can kind of, you know, stop and go off the dribble deep in the paint.
Yeah.
And they got this. Oh, go ahead.
Look at Deshaun because you know he might be there for us. Like I'm trying to tell you, you have no idea what's going to happen. You know, if they pick the players, so you're gonna have to keep a look at this guy.
That's true, but I don't want freaking Khalil Amin on the team, bro. Even though I love him in college, man, but dude got to lose some weight, man. Dude got to lose some weight.
But there's a difference. Khalil Amin wasn't 6 feet tall.
That's my dude, man. Khalil Amin, Rip Hamilton, 98. Even though I'm not a UConn fan like that, but I love watching like dynamic college players, man.
Yeah, and this kid is like at least 6'4", so you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just something about him. I don't know. He's like bulldog guards. I'm not sure what his shooting numbers are, but I don't think I was ever impressed or like looked at it and said, "Wow, this guy's a really good shooter." But I'll check out some more film on him.
Yeah, you're gonna have to because there's nothing. There should be nothing off the table with this team. Everything is on the table.
Agreed.
But back to the Obi thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only issue with Obi is his left-right defense. You know, moving your feet. Like that's the only issue I really have with him. You know, and to compare him to Derek Williams, Derek Williams is a better athlete. You know, just period because he could move his feet. He just, you know, he was just an undersized guy like the Obi is. So I get it. You know, so.
The see thing about Obi, and I'm gonna read your question, Chris Chang. He said, probably the first game we had like this. Honestly, Randall said, throw it in the trash and get back to it. Oh yeah, of course. You take games like what happened yesterday. I mean, you learn from it, but you can't dwell on it. It's like the quarterback when they have a bad game, or even the pitcher, you got to throw it away. I mean, that what makes you great. There's some psychos who never forget, but they can get better. Like they'll psychoanalyze every little thing that went wrong. But I got to tune this. I got to tune. And some people succeed with that, but some people it gets in their head. One guy I say you can't forget about that is Knox, and we talked about Knox too yesterday. Once the cameras went off, and Knox got
roasted
because you know Nick G had on Blarn's Tears. You know he got into this discussion with Kevin Wright where they're talking about Knox and you don't know what happens in practice or stuff. And it's like, well, you're playing with a guy in Tom Thibodeau who is a very practical guy in a way he operates. And Isaiah Todd with the shot, decent look. Actually, somewhat contested, but missed the shot. Thing with Kevin Knox is that Tom Thibodeau, you have a team that if basically he's a practical coach, very I don't say systematic. But basically, I think you have to impress in practice. We talk about he's gonna play young guys and stuff like all that stuff. Yeah, but Obi playing out there, even when he's not scoring whatever, this guy's setting constant picks. He's moving around. You know what I mean? That's what it was. I'm trying to find because Nick talked about the team that this team is so well coached because it's such great spacing that almost every play you see on the court, and I could count maybe 2 recently was bad spacing, but for the most part, if you look at the season, even when the young guys are in, there's always good spacing on the floor. That's coaching. So if they're coaching to that high of a level, and Kevin Knox is taking the ball from the top of the key open and driving into the corner to take the shot like this that means that they're probably looking at him like, yo, bro, are you
really? What are you doing?
Paying attention in practice, bro? Like, what the F are you doing? And and when you talk these type of coaches who they may be like, look, I don't care if you don't score 30 points or 20 points a night. Just follow what I tell you to do on the court, and you will have a spot, i.e. Kawhi Leonard. Go back and see what Popovich said about Kawhi. He said, we didn't have drawn-up plays for Kawhi Leonard. We just saw him to rebound and defend.
Yeah, they started him with the defense, and then they built his offense.
Exactly. So, and I think it's more so from the players, like the vets who are kind of there to help develop them. The Tony Parkers, Ginobili, obviously older, because Popovich like, we did not set plays, but he got better at the 3. But it was basically he did all that. So like Kevin Knox, bro, it's like when people say, "Oh, how you know about practice?" Well, I was like, bro, you just saw what he did yesterday, where he looked like a chicken with his head cut off. That's a guy who has no idea what's going on the court. Even if you're not shooting it, even if you're scared, you should have some model coming to be like, "Yo, I know where I'm supposed to be on the court, my spots." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Knox, I'm just not sure, man. So when you say Isaiah Todd, I don't mind Isaiah Todd, but I'm taking with the second, unless that first pick is low as hell. That means obviously the Knicks probably.
But see, the thing that the difference with Todd, as you can see, is he's not running around like he don't know what he's doing.
Right.
He's over here taking these step back jumpers. He's taking turnaround jumpers now. Like he wasn't doing this when this first started. We didn't even know he didn't start this till like game 5. So,
yeah, that's what I was like. Who? Because you mentioned Isaiah Todd, I was like, hold up, the big center.
Yeah.
And actually, that guy's on another team now. I was like, that big center, the dude who looks just like Kuminga. I looked like, oh, this guy. I was like, what? By the way, Deshaun Knicks with the nice LA. But where would you put Deshaun Knicks right now?
He's gonna be
top 15 guards in college. Oh, not 15, but top 10 point guards. College overall guards. These guys are kind of combo guards. Combo guards.
He's gonna be 5 to 10. But the thing is that you still have to sit there and put it in the order. So I'm not talking about drafting. I'm talking about in terms of selection. So
tough take. Isaiah Todd goes up, misses a shot, no foul call.
Gotta get stronger.
Yeah, you gotta be stronger. Good pass with the Deshaun Knicks. He left his feet, but still drove the defense in. You try to get the pass off.
And for the Knicks, we need another playmaker still. Like besides a closer, like you still need high IQ playmakers on this team. Like that's how you get better. So you need at least 2 or 3 on the court at once, and they don't have that. And that's another reason why they lost yesterday. No general was out there. Nope. Yeah, they got blown out by 30 points, basically, pause. But, at the end of the day, no Rose and no Alfred Payton. I know everybody doesn't like Payton, but you still missed them yesterday. So.
Yeah, yesterday was a cluster F, man. The defense, especially, I thought was piss poor.
Yeah, the Spurs just did a number, and I thought that was my game of the year. I was looking forward to this game, and the Knicks just laid a big egg in the second half. So, typical third quarter work. So,
well, and I'll say this: I'll give credit to Frank Ntilikina. He kept us in the quarter.
Yeah, he tried. He tried. He tried.
I'll give him this. It looked like definitely, and he's been doing this for, like I said, the past few summers. He's worked on that shot, man. Because again, the coach is only responsible for X's and O's and screaming at you on the court. It's up to you to improve. Again, there's certain skills that every player should have Doesn't matter what system they run. Defending, shifting your hips, shooting, passing, rebounding. Like, I mean, there are probably a few more, but they're basic tenets that don't matter what you play in. You should always have these requisite skills depending, on your more so on your position, right?
It's just like I can't understand. You've been playing basketball since you was a child. You still can't shoot free throws. Think about that.
But here's the thing, though. These kids, now you got kids. You got literal kids. I'm talking about kids in elementary school, middle school, who are getting freaking offer letters from colleges. I mean, and that's an extreme, but there have been a few examples of that. Some of these kids are getting treated like they're super duper stars by the time they're in middle school, and they see the game like, oh, I know where this is going. So I mean, when you have, and then you have the AAU system, which is just god awful, terrible. This is just a lot of right. There's like just lack of development in these lower tiers. So when you talk about free throws, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, these young kids, because we talking about back in the day when everybody could hit a 10 to 15 footer. Nowadays, kids don't have no form. They coming in looking like, the MKGs. They coming in looking like the Thomas Robinsons. Can't shoot worth a lick. Their form is terrible. It's like, dogs, who taught you? Come and find out, no one taught them. So a guy like Tibbs is funny because a guy like Tibbs, everybody said, oh, he's too old school, but
some of that works.
It works. And it probably works better now because you have so many guys who are so ill-disciplined that they need that type of discipline. They need to learn to work on their game and not be like, hey, I got my athleticism. Look, Westbrook is one of the most athletic guards in the league.
Oh, he's number one in terms of point guards, him and D Rose all time.
Yeah. But I put money on it. You possibly can name 7 point guards that people would take over them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because
Amir Johnson throws it there. Amir Johnson's always one who's scoring. It's crazy. Mitch, that's your future if you don't add to your game, bro. Amir Johnson. Sad.
But see, I think Amir Johnson's here just to help them out. I think the league put this squad together, so I'm not 100%. Nah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he is, to stay active, but if he gets a call, he gets a call. But I don't think he's like, yo, I'm trying to get back in the league. This might be like a favor.
I think like Jared Jack is trying to do that. No, doing what you're saying, like kind of helping out. But
yeah,
Amir Johnson, a big man for running the floor, and
because if it was that serious, he would start over Ashley, wouldn't he?
What is Ashley? Did Ashley come straight from college? Or
he was at Arizona. Remember him like 5-6 years ago? He was at Arizona.
Before Aiden and your boy Todd. Nice swim in the shot, but just not enough for a juice. The shot
he's a development guy. So
yeah. But do you think Tibbs will like that? Taking it first, or not first, but with that second first?
Yeah, but see, this is the thing too. Sometimes as a coach, you have to force a guy who's hard-headed to do some things that they don't like. Tibbs is kind of stuck in his ways. So, sometimes you got to put players on there look, this is better for the team and yada yada. Yeah, I know you want a guy who's ready to go, but that's not how this works at the end of the day. Yeah, you can have a say so, and he probably gonna have a say so in who's drafted, of course. But you still have to. You still got to give some. You can't always have it your way, like Burger King.
No, we were talking about this yesterday because I have my conspiracy where I think that Leon Rose and Cole, they got their succession plan, Johnny Bryant and Kenny Payne, but Nick actually thinks it's and more so where it's not as if they're saying Tom Thibodeau, we're gonna kick you the F out, if you don't. Yeah, but it's more so like, look, if you itch the bed, if it turns to another Timberwolves situation was unattainable. We got our guys in. They're going to come in and become the new coach. Because, again, you don't bring in a coach with that cachet and not allow him to have his full coaching staff.
True. At the same time, yeah, I'll say true. And also, you pick Tibbs here because you want to win. So,
sure.
Johnny Bryant's never coached, even though he's been under the he's learning. You know, even though he's from Utah, you know, and he was the development guy there. Like now he's getting a 1-on-1 in coaching also. So you know,
Right.
it's all the process. It's all everybody helping everybody for the bigger picture.
But this is what Nick said. He thinks that it's that Tom Thibodeau agreed to the succession plan, that he'll be there for 5 years, and then they'll have those guys, and that Tom Thibodeau might transition to the front office.
But who's to say that Johnny Bryant's going to be here 5 years?
True, but you don't.
The offensive coordinator who's really conducting the offense, even though Tibbs is. It seems like a lot of it's the same stuff from last year, from what it looks like they're running. But at the same time, you know, you said that there's a lot of spacing. I don't remember Tibbs being a bunch of his offense being about a bunch of spacing. You know, when he was with the Bulls in Minnesota. But I'm not a coaching savant. You know what I'm saying? So you know, even though I watch the game, I'm not watching it at the level that you guys sit there, break down tape and all that. You know, I could sit there and see the movements and still understand what's going on, pick and roll and, you know, motion and triangle and whatever else is next and 4 flat and all that stuff. I could do all that, but at the same time, you know.
Well, I'll tell you this: that triangle in Chicago, it's all about spacing and timing. So he's big on that. And I'm also actually watching the Manchester United game, so I apologize. I'm looking at 2-3 screens, but yeah, it definitely was. But the Johnny Bryant thing is just weird. Why would he come here? You know what I mean? It's just
because the Knicks need development big time. Like not just with the culture. Right. You know, and Utah has a good culture. You know, so why not steal from them? You know, you take a tour around the league and you hear a lot of things. You know, you gotta pluck from everybody. I'm surprised you didn't pluck anybody from the Warriors. He spent a lot of time out there.
He did. I just feel like it's just weird how you set it up, man. Leon Rose is a mafia guy, man. And I mean that I'm only, you know, saying that in a somewhat facetious manner. I don't mean any illegal action, but you know, just he has his clan of guys, man.
I see Fox in the chat. Fox, you don't want to get in here.
He's too good for us, man. Suit to my guy. TL's in the building.
Salute, peace. Peace.
We got Dominic as well too, man. Salute, bro.
What's up?
Salute, what's up?
Are you watching this game?
It's a G League?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's available in my area, so.
You have ESPN?
Yeah, I have the ESPN website.
Yeah, it should be on ESPN. Yeah, it should be on ESPN. You could probably definitely. Well, I'm watching on TV, so this is what is it? ESPN.
I got it on ESPNU, so.
Yeah, ESPNU. You got ESPNU? It should be there. It might be also on ESPN Plus if you have that. So.
Yo, you know what? The Nets, they got another. They took that Tyler Cook off the Minnesota.
Oh yeah, okay, I got it on the ESPN website.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Yo, go ahead, Hinton.
No, I was just saying that, you know, they got the he's like 25, but I thought he would be like a good, you know, pick for us, like in the offseason. Tyler Cook. Mm-hmm. You know, he's a power wing, I would call him. You know, but he would have been a good get in the offseason.
He's from Iowa, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely remember him.
Yeah, and Tyler just hit a jumper, but you know.
You play your boy Isaiah Todd was nice. Whoa! I don't know. Golly. You watching this TL? Watching D League?
Yeah, I'm watching this G League game. I just turned it on.
You also got James Booknight facing Seton Hall. Sandro Mamu.
Yeah.
Can't cover that because I'll be doing an interview today at 8. So Nickers. Well, you gotta tell me. Well, you gotta turn down the YouTube. Doing an interview today at 8. Whoa, I think that might be UTO. I think that's UTO. You got the
Name me.
Yeah, it's not you. It's TL. You gotta turn off the YouTube video.
Oh, it's TL.
Yeah, 40-27. The Santa Cruz, Agua Caliente is up by 13.
It's a good one, C-Mac.
Let me see what's here. Oh, yeah.
This is my first time checking out a G League game.
Yes, sir. Going to be doing a lot more of this, man. Got to know your
Yeah.
prospects. Even if you're not getting the Greens and the Kumingas, there's some other prospects you got to look out for. Maybe some second rounders.
You can't miss that layup.
I mean, I tell you what, it's the second quarter, so Clippers lead 40-27. We'll see how this second quarter goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But
Let me see the box score with Jalen Green only got 2 points, 1 for 4. Kuminga 0 for 4, 0 points. So not having the best of games right now. And again, it could be fatigue, but this is how you got a lot of movement in the background, Dominic. Fatigue sets in, man. You gotta find a way to combat this. Operate more in the post, slow down the game. But I mean, it's different here. You can't really. The game plan is not going to be as malleable, I guess, to certain players as it would in the NBA, where you're the number 2 or even number 1 option. Ugly 3 by I don't know who this dude was.
That's Ashley.
Stop. Kick it out for 3, and that misses. Rebound. Jalen Green.
Oh,
You right to? Oh, got him. Okay,
fouled.
Euro. Okay, all right, Jalen. Okay, Jalen. But again, out in pace, man. He's a solid. He can be solid, man. But the half court game is going to be his area of growth going forward, especially dribbling and decision making.
so what'd you think about that Knicks game last night?
It was you just throw that in the garbage, man. We didn't have a point guard. You have a lead on the floor. The defense was abject for a team that doesn't shoot threes. They shot 40-some% from 3. A lot of open threes that game. Too many open threes to guys like Trey Lyles in the corner because we sell out with the paint defense. Guys are getting trapped, not be able to get back out to the perimeter to defend Trey Lyles and Patty Mills, and it just fell apart from there. You know, Tom Thibodeau again. He's a good coach, but Popovich is just a Hall of Fame coach. And you can argue. Could you argue this on talent? Would you? Well, their guards are way more talented than ours. That's easy.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, their big guys also abuse us. Oh, he came out. Their big guys also abuse us. Like from the dribble drives and handoffs to guys like Pirtle. And the other dude, Samanic, who had a few threes, who I said, watch out for him on the pick and pop. So I saw how they were using him with the Nets, you know. Well, everything fell down. Suits of Kenny Payne in the building. Thank you, Kenny Payne, for joining us, you freaking troll. All right. Someone said Jalen Green, a.k.a. Kendall Drill. That is so corny. Who said this, man? C-Mac, that is so corny. Don't ever talk about me saying corny jokes. That was mad corny. Kuminga with the ball. Top. Dribbles, gets a spin up top near the foul line, shoots the mid-range. Eesh. Way too much power. And Ashley goes up for the putback. 40-33 is the score. As they call a timeout. Julius Randle's in the building. So that guy's a stupid, man. Lord Jesus. So there's some other games tonight, too. Florida's playing as well, too.
Yeah.
It's getting to bubble time.
Yeah.
Bubble tourney time. So a lot of guys are still fighting. Let me see the actual slate of games.
Yep. That look like a repeat. All right.
Yeah, St. Joe's already just played. They beat LaSalle. I don't really care about that. Let me see. Miami's playing. Florida's playing Missouri. Connecticut's playing Seton Hall. Villanova's playing Creighton, the home of Doug McDermott. Oregon's playing UCLA.
Yeah, Louisville's playing Virginia Tech, but there's really nobody you want to see on those two teams. But you never know.
You never know. Stanford's playing USC. Mobley versus Zaire. So,
well, that'd be something to check out.
Yeah, I might cover that. Actually, I might cover that. I might put that on. Because Mobley. Zaire Williams might be a guy that might be available depending on where things fall and where we get our pick. So
Yeah, I would figure if we're around, let's say the pick around 12, 13, you know, then I think if you want to go up and get your guy, let's say you want to go up and get Book Night, you can go up to 6 probably or 8. You know, you probably have to give somebody away. You know, probably you might even have to throw in Kevin to go get him, but you know, to get up there.
Would you do that? Book Night's there.
Yeah, for Kevin. Yeah, to go up to 8. Why not?
Kevin first.
Yeah, give him Kevin in 13, or you know, if they want a second round pick, you know, I'll give them a future second round pick. Why not?
Yeah, future second round, that's easy. I give him 2. That's the case. Screw it. Get a James Book Night, get your guard for the future.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Let's see this. We got Kuminga comes into the fan and they hit 3 right in front of his face. They do definitely, especially Kuminga, he looks worn a little bit.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as much spring as he had before. His first 3 games. There's 3 by this guard. I don't know who the hell this guy is.
It's a bad shot by Brown.
Yeah. By the way, Bruce Brown. Yeah, we're having a good discussion. Your boy Nick was bringing up how the Nets use Bruce Brown like in certain roles. They kind of use him as like a center. I forgot how he explained it. Even though Bruce Brown's like literally a guard.
Yeah, they do a good. Yeah, he's a guard, but the way they use him. But the thing is, they keep him in the corners, and he's a defensive guy because you know everybody they got all the attention. So you know when you have Harden, Kyrie, and everybody, and then you got Joe Harris, you know, he sits in the corners like he hits a lot of threes. He had like 29 last week or something crazy.
Yeah, so I was listening to a Game Theory podcast, and they're talking about how much of a steal he was by the Nets from the Pistons. He's a really good defensive player with some offensive upside. So he killed us. I think he did really well in that what's that freaking game? The Spurs game.
Yeah, he had 29 points in one game like last week. So he lit it up. So
and those are guys I wish we would have gotten, man. He's solid, underrated players. That's how I felt about like David Nwamba, even though David Nwamba is nowhere near as good of a offensive player as say Bruce Brown, but he's like a really good defender.
That's why I have I don't mean to cut you up, but that's why I have my guys on a lot of offensive guys this year, you know, because we need the help on offense. You know, I figured Tibbs got the defense down pat. So for us, you know, it's about making the game easier on offense. You know, if you like to spread the court, you might as well have guys that can light it up. You know, that's why I like Cam Thomas, Book Knight, you know, guys that can score, you know.
Jalen Green with the stop, dribble, fade away off the spin. No good. These guys are raw. Do you think any of these won? Do you think Kuminga or Green could fall that top 5?
No. Because who's going to shoot? Because the thing is, who's shooting up? Pause.
A Book Night?
But I think he's 6.
I don't know, bro.
Defensive guy, because you know everybody takes all the attention. So you know.
No echo. We good?
Yo. We good now.
See, they're playing one-on-one ball. They're not playing team ball right now.
Not at all. It's just like Stephen Fox said, ugly basketball. Oh man.
Yeah. But see,
any team that takes them, man. That's why it's scary because like if a team like the Pistons takes like Kuminga or Green, you know what I mean? You could probably say goodbye to their development, man. Because I don't even know. You have a
Nah, I'm not because if Casey stays, he developed. How long did he stay in Toronto to develop DeRozan and Kyle Lowry? He was there. So then he goes back to, I think he goes as far back, maybe being Chris Bosh.
He goes back as far as
with Toronto.
2011.
Yeah, see?
No, Bosh was left.
He left in 2011.
Right.
Or 2010. Okay. But in terms of DeRozan and, you know, Kyle Lowry, they've been there since that time, I think, right? I know DeRozan was.
Yeah.
So
Kyle Lowry got traded by Houston.
So he was part of DeRozan learning to shoot and doing all those things, like his coaching staff. So
That's the Pistons, though. The Raptors could sit back and develop because it's like no one gives a damn.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's the Pistons and it's Detroit, but you know the and who's their owner? Detroit Pistons.
Oh, I don't know.
And you got a lot of forwards on that team too, right?
Yeah.
You got Sekou, got Jeremy Grant.
Yeah. Oh, airball.
This is just terrible. Damn.
Yeah, he can run out of gas.
Look at this. Oh, the flick. Oh, that goes in. That goes in. See, sometimes he what the hell is that? Sometimes he brings up here, shoots. Sometimes he brings up here.
Yeah, it's never consistent.
Yeah, it was a.
But that's part of the development, though. You know.
Yeah.
He'll get in the summer with a shooting coach. Tell you what, you probably see him here with you know, when they do the basketball ops and all that in the summertime. So, you know. So, oh no, he's from LA, so now he'll be out in LA. So he'll be at the Mamba with Gilbert and them. So
Quick three by. I don't know. Is that? No, it's not the Sheen. That's the dude look like Brogdon. I don't know who this dude is. Number 38. Yeah, it's a 5-point game right now with Kuminga and Green both doing terribly.
yeah.
Any other underrated draft picks you're looking at? He said Kuminga and Green, Brick City. Come on, Steven Fox, let them live. I know he want to kill Kuminga for every missed shot.
No, not really, because it's information. Because right now it's information overload. Now you wanna, wait till the off season, because that's when you can really get into it. Pause. I hate saying that, but it is what it is.
Right. Just Chuck, just watch videos to point out stupid-ish. Yeah. Damn, man. Come on, Green, Kuminga. Damn. So that'll be the end of the second quarter, first half. And let me see if any college games on. Nah, I think they both ended, right?
Nah, it's a little early for that, unless you looking at like CBS or something.
Yeah, I think it's like a St. Joe's just finished. Got Louisville, Virginia Tech, Notre Dame versus NC State, Missouri versus Florida, Connecticut versus Clemson at Syracuse. Anybody at Syracuse this year?
Boeheim's son, right? Buddy Boeheim?
I don't even know. Is he good?
No. He's a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he's getting good.
Actually, the other day he went over 1,000 points. So,
how many years he played there? What, 4 years?
Nah, I think he's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't think he's been there 4 years.
I give him credit.
I'm not 100% on that. Fox probably would know though.
Let me see. Is Book Knight really top 6? Yes. Book Knight is top 6. Stephen Okonkwo. Scoot to Stephen Okonkwo, by the way. I think you still got me the YouTube video up, T.O. You still got to play. You just muted.
Who's playing in the league tonight?
In the league? I think Maverick's playing tonight. But I got to mute you, T.O., because you got me there's an echo. You
got the Nets and the Rockets.
Indiana, Cleveland, Utah, Philly, Brooklyn, Houston, Atlanta, Orlando, Minnesota, Charlotte, Chicago, Pelicans, OKC, Dallas. Come on, OKC. Come on.
Portland and the Warriors.
Portland and the Warriors, damn. LA versus the Kings, that should be. Go and stay in the Warriors, man. That should be a fun game. Let me get back to this. We got Joe Madden in the building. Salute.
What's good, guys?
What's going on, Joe?
Yeah, not much, bro. Not much.
I swear, if you bring up old people, I'm gonna freaking kick you off, bro. If you bring up old people one more time, bro.
I'm not saying I want Oladipo. I'm just saying I see it happening.
I'm only joking, Joe. Holy crap, man.
I ain't saying I want him. I just see it happening. I see that the Rockets will get desperate at the deadline and move him because they know he ain't re-signing, and the Knicks will make an offer.
But this is my question: do the Rockets still have his bird rights?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Sign and trade.
Yeah. because you don't have to let them walk for nothing. Like it's important to have bird rights.
Yeah.
I'm on Spot Track now. Let me see.
Like I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no to Oladipo if it was like Knox in a couple of seconds or something cheap.
You say he was signed using Burt. Is a Houston would have his So yeah, they do.
Oh,
Yeah, they do.
okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to let him walk. You do not have to let him walk. You could do what everybody else is doing with the contracts they don't want. Let him sit.
Yeah.
Keep him healthy. Like you can try to move him now, but
Did you just put Oladipo and healthy in the same sentence?
I know, but you know.
By the way, Luke was out tonight with a back issue. I don't pray for no one's injuries, but hey, you take a game off here and there. It is what it is, man.
Is that scrawny Latvian playing?
I'm not sure. I hope he does.
He's probably out too.
Yeah, I heard the song.
He gets out every second or third game.
ESPN YouTube page just posted a video with Jay Williams saying the player Windhorst was talking about forcing away to the Knicks was Devin Booker.
It's only two guys. It's only Booker and Cat.
And you could get both.
Yeah.
Because you're looking, the two of them are more or less best friends.
And not only that, remember, Phil was going to trade Porzingis for Devin Booker, or he tried. That was the trade before he was going to get. That's the trade he was going to do before he got fired. So
that's the one good thing he would have done.
That's crazy. How's that? That's the one move that would have been great for us.
We would have been mad at the time, and then Booker burst out, and we'd be like, now we're saying it, but if it was happening at the time, I think a lot of us would have been mad.
I have no qualms about Booker. I'd have been celebrating.
Booker, good.
You want him since the draft, right?
Yeah, Booker was my guy.
Yeah. So. I just don't know if Booker's going to want his way out just yet, seeing that the Suns are fourth in the West.
Oh no,
they just beat the Lakers too, man.
Yeah, that's a sleeper team to get to the conference finals. Think about it. You got Booker, Chris Paul. You got Ayton, Mikael Bridges is playing well. You got Johnson. They got a nice little squad there.
Yeah, like 17, 18 points yesterday, Mikael Bridges, something like that.
Yeah. So he's doing that consistently.
Yes.
Yes. So it's not like So the Suns are a sleeper team to put it together. And I told you yesterday, if Monty Williams was a coach they were looking for a coach, he would have been one of the guys that would have been on my list.
Yeah, he was a good coach. Pelicans, man. It's just his wife passed.
Yeah.
But you know who else? I know they're not going to get rid of him, and then I be using him like that. Jalen Smith, man, the kid from Maryland, the big guy they drafted.
You liked him.
But he got overdrafted though.
Yeah,
he got overdrafted. But
we were talking about him. We were talking about him at 27.
Yeah,
he went 10.
I thought the Celtics would have got because the Celtics need a big man who could shoot, run the floor. Like he would have been perfect for the Celtics.
He went 10.
That's a surprise. The Suns picked him. Go ahead.
You look at the Suns. The Suns always seem to overdraft.
But see, it might work out for them.
Johnson wasn't meant to. Johnson was supposed to be in the late teens, early 20s. He went early. Remember, there was Kobe White. His teammate was like, "Wow," he was happy for him, but he was kind of shocked he went a little that early. But it looked to pan out because like he was quiet for a while, and then he started to break out when Uber went down in the bubble. And he's looking good.
But see, if you
Bridges is looking good. Like we
college.
laughed at the Suns at some of the guys they drafted, but now it's starting to look good for them
because they know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, which is a surprise because the Suns and the Kings and the Knicks have been kind of that laughing stock for a while. Like the Suns probably weren't in around our level, and now you're seeing like what happens when you draft right. Like that's what we need to do. The next two drafts are huge for us. We cannot miss.
I don't know. As I've gotten older, I don't know why guys like to leave hot weather. Like, why would you want to come to New York? For me, like living in Phoenix, living in Miami.
You just said it right. When you get older, your joints hurt, and you need that warm. You want to wake up.
It's not even that.
Go.
I just been living in.
Why do
I'm
you think
just
all those old football players love, or players in general like going to Phoenix, love going to Miami?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
look at JJ Watt. Who the hell thought JJ Watt was going to go to Arizona Cardinals? Why? Because the weather.
He's in Texas. He's in Houston. That's the same
Oh,
thing.
he wasn't. Yeah, that's true. He wasn't. He
Yeah, he was in the hot weather. He only went
But he
down
said-
the road.
Right,
That
but he
dude from
could
Wisconsin.
have went somewhere else, man.
Yeah,
Even-
because people were talking about, Green Bay would get Green Bay could get him. He was like, Green Bay is a Super Bowl contender, but he's like, nah. Do you know what? I went where the money is and where the weather is, and he got both in Arizona.
All my life I've lived in this city, man. Yo, man, I'm itching to get out of here.
Where are you? Where are you living, Hinton? You in Brooklyn?
No, I'm in Washington Heights.
He's gonna, like everybody else does. He's either gonna move to Houston, Atlanta.
No, I'm going to South Florida.
South
Florida.
Florida.
I'm going to South Florida.
That's another spot for a lot of New Yorkers, man.
Yeah,
South Carolina. I laugh at all these guys, Kevin Wright, like all these guys, Knicks fans down in Carolina.
I'm going to.
That was all because of Ewan, right? Because Ewan played down there, right?
The whole East Coast is New York, basically. You might as well. The whole East Coast is New York. From here to Florida is all New York. I don't care what you're going.
A lot of my old friends have moved from New York, man. They're just
all transplants.
And that's what you look at Boston. Boston's a big market, one of the better franchises.
Never go to Boston. Hell no.
No, that's because the weather. That's why they don't go to Boston. Like Boston gets good because of trade, and they have a great. Like Boston's one of the better franchises in sports, but you don't see big free agents going over there unless they get really paid. Like Hayward went over there because he got overpaid. The Knicks might have to be in that. They might have to overpay because that's why you look at all these guys. Miami, you get California. They all want to go to LA because the weather's perfect there.
And also, I mean,
and a lot of them live in LA in the off season.
Yeah, that's the
advantage. You look at Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is going to get the hell out of Philly, and he's going to go to LA.
Also, because Magic Johnson was basically in his ear, like coaching up to freaking.
We'll see about that.
You don't think he's going to try to get his way into LA?
I think when LeBron retires,
why would you go there though? Because when you think about it, none of the teams have picks. What are they gonna give Philly? Like, yeah, he could become a free agent, but at the end of the day, the most likely way for him to get out there is going to be through trade. So what do these teams have? They've given away all your picks for Paul George and Anthony Davis.
Nah, but see, he'll go over there. Davis is going to be there, and then I think by the time Ben Simmons' contract's over, like I think it's 2024, LeBron might be retired.
How old is Davis?
He'll go, and Ben Simmons will come in and replace him. Not replace him because Ben Simmons isn't LeBron, but I'm just saying he'll come in and he'll join up with Davis.
I could see it, but then I can't.
Always seem to, like, they stunk for a while, but they always seem to get the guys. Like, what they done was they got a couple of draft picks, high picks, and LeBron come in as a free agent. And once they got one free agent, he went and traded them all to get another guy in.
That's because LA has a history of winning championships. They know how to put the championship teams together. If we did that, we would be in the same way.
But that's I'm laughing. I'm like, we're halfway through a season, and they're already talking about a star eventually coming within the next year. That's all it took was half a year of looking competitive and looking decent, like a decent franchise.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's still Knicks for clicks right now. Right. So we start. Like you could believe, you got to take it with a grain of salt, but it's still Knicks for clicks, right?
The whole Booker rumor was out there like for the past year or so. Like that.
What else did the CAA?
Wait, say again?
Like that's because of CAA. The same with Cat. Like all these clients, CAA and Kentucky connections, they're always going to put them in the thing. I think someone is going to come within the next year. Well, I don't know who it is.
It's only two guys, like I said. It's only Cat and Booker, so it's not like who else would it be?
Yeah, I was thinking Donovan Mitchell, but the year they have him, Mitchell ain't gonna leave there until they win a chip.
Yo, Heidi has a question off top. At what point do you start questioning the Obi pick?
I've been questioning
that. We've been questioning that since he got picked.
And Guillermo knows. I like the pick. I thought it was the most natural pick because I thought he was more NBA ready. I didn't realize. And I'm still thinking on him too, is like he's been a late bloomer his whole career. Maybe he might bust him. But the thing was, I thought he was coming in and Randall was getting shipped out. And now Randall's ball, and it's like, could you use Obi to make a big trade to bring somebody else in? But the less minutes he plays, the more his value is going to drop.
Obi needs a lot of development, man. His footwork is terrible. Yeah, he had several takes.
But they ain't using him right, Guillermo. Where's the pick and roll? Where's him driving to the basket? They have him sounding like corner threes.
But we actually talking about
we know he can hit the three, but he's not a pure stretch four. Like he can give you a three or so every game or two, but he needs to be in the pick and roll. He needs to be driving to the basket. They ain't using him right. He doesn't fit the Thibodeau system.
Well, Nick brought this up yesterday. How he's really like when you watch his game, Obi. No, sorry, not Nick. Coach Hullbox when we fought back because I actually think Obi up top, he can set solid picks for IQ. He's done that a few games, but on a pick and roll, he's actually not as advanced as people try to make him seem coming from college. He's really raw. Like he had that pass, the one pick and roll he had with Quickly, he was too late to the spot at the foul line, and he kind of bumbled it. And I think he took like a
terrible shot.
Yeah, like an ugly shot. But if he was in motion, he would have been. Not say it was an easy dunk, but it would have been at the very. You go ahead.
They should treat him like a rim runner.
Yeah. And that's what he was in college. People don't forget he was a 5 in college. He was it was Obi with 4 shooters around him, and that's how he flourished.
Yeah, you got to treat Obi like a rim runner.
Because that's what he is. He needs to run the floor. He just doesn't suit the Thibodeau system.
You need a point guard for
My
that.
worry is, Obi could be good in this team if you wait a while, but the same thing is with Randall's going to get the option picked up, and they're going to extend him. And then what's the point of having Obi? You could always have him off the bench. But
he's probably one of the guys that you use in a trade.
But the thing is, his trade, the less he plays and the more we see him, his trade value is dropping.
Right.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Because, all these guys have egos. They'll take them.
I just think that there is a trade coming. That's why you see Frank and Knox all of a sudden getting some minutes.
That's injuries,
coming
though.
Up. Yeah, but at the same time, too, as you have Austin Rivers. You could play with Rivers. I think they're looking at Knox and Frank, and that might be a move. And that's why I think Oladipo could be coming in, because you'll be looking at Frank and Knox going out. They're trying to showcase them. Rivers, they know the league already knows what Rivers is capable of, so they know that they could get a second or put him in a package. Like Rivers has been around a while. Just Knox and Frank haven't really been seen, and all of a sudden now they're getting minutes. I think that's Leon Rose is like, all right, I need to showcase these guys for a move at the deadline.
Obi's best value right now would be shooting from the perimeter. Like I said, they're trying to get him to do that more. Obviously, he took that ugly shot yesterday, but they get him from the wings and the corners to hit those shots. You have some.
I just don't think he's a Thibodeau's guy. He's Tibbs' guy. Like
he's
very short leash on him. You hear him the other game when there's no one in the arena. You hear him shouting at Obi. He has no leash from. Quickly makes mistakes. He's a little bit of a leash on Quickly, but at least Quickly, he's letting him play through some mistakes. As soon as Obi makes a mistake, he's out.
Jalen Green with the missed shot.
Oh, look at this. They started tied over Kuminga in the second half.
Yeah. And Green is in there. Interesting. You got to Ashley. Oh, nice dunk by Ashley.
I didn't see the first half. What was it?
It was pretty ugly by both teams.
Yeah,
by 0 points.
Well, by Kuminga and Green, who
both
better.
Both terrible. Green looked better. Kuminga was 0 for 7. Jalen Green was 2 for 8. It wasn't pretty, bro.
Yeah. Everyone talks about this consensus top 5. I hear guys talk about the consensus top 3.
Oh no, it's 5.
Cade, Mobley, Suggs, and then there's a big drop off. Guys are saying.
Look, that's what I was asking hints. I was like, Jalen Green, and actually Jalen Green was better in this game, but Jalen Green is so raw. Could he slip out of the top 5 given how the tournament goes?
Yeah.
There
always is guys that flourish in the tournament.
I keep asking who's gonna jump.
I said James Bouknight. You didn't say anything.
Because I believe he's still 6.
All right.
I like Bouknight.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know much about him.
He could probably jump a Green.
Bouknight's nice, and just if he can get that 3, if he has a 3-point shot, if you just get it consistent, he'd be so good in this team.
Yeah,
we need athleticism.
Well, he's also
number 1.
Smart slasher, dribbler.
Athleticism and shooting.
And that's exactly why in free agency I'm going after Oubre and Norman Powell. I need some guys with some experience, some athleticism, and 2 dogs that's gonna go get it. And those are two dogs that's going to go get
what
it.
point guard do you guys think point guard in the draft? Or ride with Quickly and Rose, or they're going to do
You
it?
get a point guard in the draft. You get there are a few of them. Ios, even though these are more combo guards, even James Bouknight is more of a combo guard. But again,
what scared me too is Sharif Cooper's going up draft boards like
I'm
crazy.
not picking Sharif Cooper. I'm good on
He's
the Bucks about to pick up.
They just took Miles Powell from us.
Ooh.
The Bucks. They're planning to sign guard Miles Powell from G League Westchester on a 2-way contract.
Wow. Damn.
Someone must have got hurt then for them.
Dude, damn. Well,
that's the thing. That's the risk you put in. You put these guys in the G League contracts. Anybody can snatch them.
Right. He could have been. And you said the Bucks too.
I'm not worried about that. Really.
You got that guy Bryn Forbes. That was a guy I was looking at as possible. The guy could hit threes from outside, but I think he's got more minutes with the Bucks. So.
I'm not worried.
Norm Powell. I think the Raptors are trying to. Let me see how much the Raptors got in the books. Because I think they'll try to keep a guy like Norm Powell because he fits that Nick Nurse.
He's making, I think, 11. So, like 11 million.
Yeah, they got.
Yeah, they might pay him because they were saving money for Giannis. Now Giannis is off the table. They're going to keep whatever.
The Mavericks
are 30. Holy shit.
Realistically, there's a move coming. What do you think the Knicks do with money? Do they bring somebody in, or do they try and take on a bad contract and get another pick?
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Give me two. Norman Powell's he's not a free agent until 2022-23.
Oh yeah, I thought he was a free agent. Oh well, I'm asking for a trade. I'm still trading for him.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, let me make sure.
No, you might be correct.
Oh, no, you're right. So 2021, 2020 is a player option. So,
yeah, he's gonna get out of that one.
All right.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna do the playoff. He's gonna get out of that because he can get paid this offseason.
How much you paying him? He's making
13.
He's making 10 this year.
Yeah, I pay him like 13.
Pay him 13.
Yeah, why not?
You think you don't think he'll just re-sign up with the Raptors after Kyle Lowry comes off the book for 13 on a proven playoff team?
Man, that team is going down.
You get them another point guard to try to replace Kyle Lowry.
Nah, they have Van Vliet. That's gonna be the starting point guard.
Oh, nice alley to Green tried to go for the alley. It's too much.
Yeah, Van Vliet's gonna be the starting point guard. So
what do you guys do with the money we have? Do you guys just pick up Randall's option, or do you extend them this year coming up?
Yeah, pick up his option.
And then work on extension. Do you think, I don't know if he'd be happy with that.
He doesn't have a choice in that matter.
He doesn't have much leverage, man.
Yeah, but you rather him be happy at least, because when he's happy, he looks good. Last year, I don't think he was happy with a lot of situations, so you see him play poor.
But think about this, right? If he plays the same way he's playing this year, guess what? The price is only going to go up.
Yeah, that's true. Do we have his board rights?
I would think so.
I think so. Hold up. Yes, Randall. Green for the three at the wing. Nice form, and it's good.
That's Todd. That ain't Green. That's Todd.
No, Todd. I'm sorry. Todd. I always said
it to make sure you knew it was Todd.
Yeah, that was my fault. I meant to say
this guy.
I meant to say Todd. Oh yeah, we do have his bird rights.
Okay, good. Because that's the one thing I'm worried about is some team. There's always some stupid team that'll give them ridiculous money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what the?
So worst situation to be a sign and trade if he does get crazy money offer that we don't want to take. But I think what do you think the Knicks will pay him? I think his max starts at like 27 million. It goes up.
Yeah, I heard Macri talking about it on his podcast.
Yeah, Macri was talking. I think it starts like 26 and a half, and it goes up.
Yeah, there was two ways. Like I think he can get like up to 140, and then if it goes to 5 years, like if they wait like another year, it'll be 5 years and like 160 to 180 or something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
So it'd be
I
like
think the Knicks have no other choice is just to pay him.
Yeah.
Because then when it looks as like a culture thing, it's like if he balls out, you have to pay him. If you don't pay him, it doesn't look good about getting other guys in if you ball out when you don't get paid. So I think they have to pay him, and I think he's going to continue this. I think he's going to even get better if he gets better spacing around him too. But I just don't know if I want to go over 30.
Got Suter around the chat, man. Got Newey 25, D Jones.
You're gonna pay market price for this guy.
Yeah, see that, but that's the thing that worries me is we see guys ball out for a year or two, get crazy money, and then they dip off, and you're stuck with like a bad contract.
But see, this is the thing, though.
You need to make the contract at least tradable, at least down 2 or 3 years down the line. If he does drop off, the contract has to be at least movable.
Is he going to be a free agent when Cat and all these guys are in at the same time?
Like 2023, Cat is what 2000 and I think
24. I think Cat's 24. Booker's 24.
Yeah,
That's the dude right there, Booker.
Yeah, I'd love to get Booker. I just don't know if they're going to move him in the next couple of years.
By the time Booker's a free agent, he'll be like 27.
Because
right.
Yep. So this is why I'm asking, because with Randall, you could bring him back and you could wait, because you have it, and you can still pay him. You could go over the cap to sign him, So you bring in Cat and Booker to take your money, and they fill up the cap, and you re-sign Randall last, and you can still give him whatever he wants, and you can go over the cap, and you can still have your squad, to fill in the cap space, because you have his bird rights, and when your player had with his bird rights, you can go over the cap.
I apologize, guys. I'm also checking company email, so I'm quiet.
Oh, no, that's cool.
Oh man, need a freaking break. So score is 69-61. Your boy Isaiah Todd. Let me see how many points he has. What do you have? 5. Isaiah Todd has 6 for 10. My bad. 12 points, 2 steals, 3 rebounds.
I'm trying to get you and Foxy to understand what's going on here.
I said I'm not hating on him. I'm giving him his credit. He's all right. I'm saying he's all right. He's okay.
I know I see he's not boxing out, Fox. I'm actually looking at the chat finally. I see he's not boxing out, but at the end of the day,
Don't listen to Fox. He likes Garza now from Iowa. That plotting.
Oh man. See, look, the block on defense, like this kid, you're sleeping on this kid, man.
Okay.
Now you gotta make layups.
He bummed it.
But he made a tougher dunk before in the first. I think it was the first half.
Yeah, he did. Foxy, these guys are all gonna have flaws. You can't. There's no perfect player. There's always gonna be something. He can't handle. He can't shoot. Can't play defense. It's always gonna be one little thing that's always gonna bother you.
Jalen Green with the step back flick. It's on ESPNU. Stephen Okonkwo. ESPNU.
Yeah, Foxy was complaining about. I mentioned about trying to get Lonzo Ball, and Foxy was like, "No, I don't want to touch him. He can't shoot 3 free throws."
Yeah, but
he's shooting 74% from 3 throws. He's shooting the same percent as RJ.
Oh, he's shooting 74%? Oh, how do you miss the late?
His points have gone up. His rebounds are around the same. His assists are around the same. His 3-point shooting's the same. His free throws are up.
Terrible at the beginning of the season before that injury, and it was like he's shooting like 32% from 3-point line, 50% from the stripe. But Nick pointed out that he plays with. Oh no, he works out with the guy Fred Vincent or something like that. The shooting coach supposed to be like world renowned or highly regarded. This is what Nick was talking about. So that guy must have been working with Lonzo. Probably also worked with Ingram.
Yeah.
Too, so
Lonzo looks good. I haven't really. We're talking about the Pelicans trading him, and I haven't really heard anything since.
But here's the thing, though, Joe. Is he? Because as an off-ball guard, if you're not paying a lot for him, obviously you bring him in. But he's not really a point guard per se. And even his style point guard play, we don't play with pace.
But who is a point guard now's game?
You need at least a point guard who can who drive to the basket, draw contact. That's what Tom Thibodeau likes. He just doesn't. What's his free throw draw rate? What, 7%? I mean, guys just
but then he can pass, he can facilitate. He's one of the better passers in the league. He's one of the better defending guards in the league. He has the size. Just work with him, and his shooting's got better.
Off-ball movement than ours does. I put money on it. The Pelicans got way more off-ball movement than ours does. We just don't move. I'm not sure how he fits in a Tom Thibodeau offense unless he's an off-ball guard like a Frank, who can facilitate. Not that Frank can facilitate on a high level, but a guy who can facilitate. But his what the hell is that? But his main dudes would be shooting the ball off, shooting off the ball, slash to the basket, kicking out. I don't know.
I just laugh when it comes to Frank. Is the Frank hive was dead, and then for somehow every year Frank seems to get minutes or get back in the rotation, and the Frank hive's up again.
Injuries, man. Hey,
I just laugh how people love a guy who's averaging 6-1-1 for his career.
How did John Starks make it to? I'm only joking for you, literal.
Frank's shooting looks good. I'm giving Frank praise, but I'm like, Frank goes up and down.
And see, this is my G League. If these guys are actually scouted and coached, I say take away Jalen Green's right. Do not force him left every time. I left this,
but they don't even do that in the NBA. They never take Harden's left away. So
Gamma, I want to ask you too. Do you want to do an NFL free agency show in about 2 weeks when that starts?
Oh Lord, I don't know about
because for the Jets have money. What are the Jets, like 80 million?
We have a lot of money. I would definitely love to do an NFL. So we could do it near the draft. I'd love to start doing.
Do a free agency show and then do a draft.
All right, cool. I have to set up, man.
I'll do one with you.
I'll definitely.
Free agency this year is going to be interesting, especially with the Jets. I think the Jets don't need to go quarterback.
Stop. We're going Zach Wilson. Don't jinx it, bro. Stop, man.
Don't. You guys, I like Sam Darnold. He's good.
You just see right now
around him.
You just see right now, and it's not good because Joe Douglas said we'll take calls. Usually, when you want to trade your QB for a decent amount, you make it seem as if you want to keep him. He might be throwing a towel. Look, we're not getting calls for Sam Darnold. We're gonna move on. But let me say hello to my dude Ralph, aka God of Moses. Believe in the God of Moses Elijah.
Oh yeah, you had COVID. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Thanks a lot, man. I'm doing all
right.
You
got COVID?
Are you COVID, bro?
So. Yeah, I think I had it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had it not too long ago too. It sucks.
Yeah. So
I'm tired.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm feeling better now. I haven't been on in a while, man. So
yeah,
good to be back.
I saw you yesterday. You were yesterday on Sportscaster, bro. I think it was yesterday.
I did something this morning. I did something earlier Yeah, that was today. I just. Just trying to talk, just because I'm trying to bring up a small channel where, and I think I discussed it with you, but then I got hit with COVID, and where I just want to have like a one-on-one conversation, and I like to chime in a lot, so that's my thing now. I was like, you know what, man, I'm tired of being right all the time. Let me just
look at this guy. He's feeling himself now, man. Look at this guy.
You gotta hit him.
Why? Because
I gotta retire.
He's gonna be that guy. Look at him. Yeah, we got half right with you, man. Look at him.
That one. Yeah. But there's a couple other ones. But I'm like, you know what, man? Let me. My thing is like now. I just like to listen to people and just try to be like, oh, okay, cool. I can see where you come. Like that's my thing now. Like when I first started, I like to talk a lot. I want to be talking. Now I'm like, yo, man, I actually want to listen to these people, and I want to actually get the gist. Because sometimes, in this panel game, and when you got people in the chat, shout out to the people in the chat and in the panel, you get to the thing where you want to be right and make your point. Like I'm going to speak for myself because I can only speak for myself. But a lot of times I just want to be right and make my points and just make my points. Now I'm like, man, I said, you know what, man, I want to make this show, man, where I'm just listening to the other person's point of view. Because if I'm not listening to the other person's point of view, man, it just makes it harder in this game, So I'm like, man, I said, why don't I just start a show where I'm just listening and I'm chiming in a bit and I'm trying to digest as much as I can from your point of view. And I was like, man, I think that'd be hot. Because a lot of the times, it's, when you get into this game, it's half debate and half, make, good content and he ain't trying to hear. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know, it's a lot of this. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know what he's saying. And it's hard to decipher like who's actually right and who's wrong. And,
most of it is subjective. I mean,
right,
most of it is subjective. It's not objective.
Right. So I want to make it just so that I feel like I get gratification if I just listen to the other person, man. That's all I care. Now I'm in the game. That's what, I'll be happy if I just said, you know what, I listened to all your point of view and we're able to have a conversation. That's all I care about now. Like, I've already been through doing this for 4 months. I'm like, I already had enough of just saying me making my points, being right. I'm like, now it's like, let me win this. Let me start listening to these guys.
Being right. Holy crap.
Being right, man. I'm telling you, Pierre, I've tried for a while, man.
We're happy to have you back. We're happy that you're healthy. We're happy that you made it out the storm. So definitely always welcome over here to talk. And you don't have to listen. You can talk as much as you want. You and Joe can just go at it because I got to check work emails and stuff too. So I ain't going to be as in tune. But guys, you guys take it away. By the way, Kuminga, I believe, committed a foul on that one.
I think he's out of gas right now.
Yeah.
Because he can't hit anything. But I respect it though, because he's still going out, he's getting his rebounds, he's still trying to make,
Knox.
See it though.
By the way, Sutu, he asked about James. Yeah, James Renzi went up the other day, right? Sutu Snow Mixes, man. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit the likes, man. I believe James Renzi.
I liked him. I liked him. He
was like a shooter, but he just, he doesn't do anything else but that. So he was kind of
not really. He could get to the basket. He just did it. Yeah, he could get to the basket and do other things. It's just shooting was his best thing. I'm surprised he fell so low. I thought we'd be able to get him at 27. I'm surprised he fell.
I wanted Desmond Bain, man. I wanted Desmond Bain badly. Now he's actually productive for the freaking another three by Kuminga. And finally, for Hinton, finally, Daddy spending time with me. I'm only joking. Pause before anybody doesn't know that comes from Matt Hoffa. Back to the game. It was actually 80-75 now. The Sheen Knicks is in the game, by the way, too.
His defense is terrible.
The Sheen Knicks?
Yeah. What the hell? That's twice he did that. Why are you doing that?
I don't know. Again,
the thing about Knicks that you see is that he can get to the bucket anytime he wants.
Salute to the Knick that never sleeps. Yeah, Milwaukee just signed Miles Powell. Yeah. Yeah.
See all these draft guys, like, we need to know nobody's coming in here unless they play defense.
True.
You can't play defense, you ain't coming in here. That's what Tibbs' thing.
Or if you're not willing to play defense, I think that's it.
Because
Obi's not a good defender whatsoever, but I mean,
that's why I don't think Obi was.
He tries at least. He tries, but it's not pretty. But he gives it his all.
I just still think if Tibbs had his way, he would have gone Devin Vassell. But I think
that should have been the pick.
That was definitely a Leon Rose pick. I didn't mind the pick. I thought he was better, but
I liked him, and I like the Coral, but I know a lot of guys didn't like the Coral, but I like the Coral too.
You know what it's about Coral, man? It's just I've seen so much of his prototype that I got scared about, like those wings who could like never develop the shooting. Stanley Johnson is
but he can shoot.
This year, not in college at Auburn, he wasn't a good shooter at Auburn.
Yeah, but you can't. Like I said, that's you have to have foresight. No. You know what I'm saying? Here's
the thing, though, is that a lot of those guys, like, obviously we're not a coaching staff, so they're guys who obviously analyze it way better than we do. But from my point of view, I'm just saying there's so many of those guys. It's like, not say PTSD or anything like that. It's like, okay, you have to sit here. How hard would it be for him to develop that shot? He shot terrible from three, shot terrible from the free throw line. And free throw lines are typically an indicator, okay, there is some ability for him to be able to hit that. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Coro?
Yeah, Isaac Coro.
I like Naismith, man. But my whole thing is I like Naismith. He could shoot the three. He could shoot the three in college, and he could get to the free throw line. the Knicks didn't go after him, and they actually went for Quickly.
If they went Naismith, it would have been a reach because they were picking at 8. Naismith went, I think, was it like 14th to Boston? But I like Naismith too, but that would have been a trade back situation.
Him getting to the basket kind of fluky because again he was like the only option at was it Vanderbilt, right? It's like
and he only played like 8 games and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he had the foot injury too.
He played a full season.
He's very basic. He has to have like change up. He's not like a depth.
To me, he's a Buddy Hield. He's lethal from 3, but below average from everything else. Defensively, getting to the basket.
His free throw like Buddy Hield. He doesn't get to the line. It's only 19%. So he's not that good at getting to the basket. Not whatsoever.
I mean, he just broke a record though. He just broke that 3-point record.
3,000
3-point.
Yeah.
He must have been chasing that record. That's why he don't get
paid. You pay for Buddy. Oh, because God knows Elijah killed me when I said I don't want Buddy Hield. What are you paying for Buddy Hield right now? You still paying that first that you said earlier this year?
My man, bro. In the off season, if we're in the off season again, bro, I'm signing anybody, bro. I'm signing.
No,
I'm trading for what I mean, what's the cost? What's the cost? Like
I'm asking you, what would you pay for Buddy Hield?
Oh, I would give up a first. I think I'll give up a first. I mean, right now, a late first. I mean, two second rounders from the 2023 pick, something like that. Yeah,
I like. His contract is a little bit too much for what the production is. I know he can give you 17, 18 points, and he can shoot threes, but everything else is below average for the money he's getting.
Well, the thing is too that I also like the idea of, I like what OKC did. OKC had Chris Paul for a year, and then they flipped him for a first rounder and Kelly Oubre. So I like that sort of.
Oh, so you want to do the same thing with Randall now?
Not with Randall, but I like the idea of with a Buddy Hield. Yeah, why not? If I can get a first, if it doesn't work out with Buddy Hield, then give me a first rounder then, or give me a player in a second round.
Hold on, Ralph. You just traded him for a first.
You're not getting a first back.
For the Knicks.
No, you could get a first back. You could get a first back for Buddy.
No, you can't. No, if he fails with the Knicks, you can't put that.
That's his over. His value.
Okay, so this is why we often disagree is because I feel like you guys get hit with the PTSD or pessimistic point of view.
Hold on, Ralph. Let me help you.
Buddy Hield's value can't diminish.
Ralph. We're talking about the logic with it. Is you cannot in basketball, probably in any sport. You can't trade a first for a player to say, he's going to be a key piece. Then say that if it doesn't work out, nice take by Kuminga, the next year try to reflip him for a first when he's not a superstar. He's not really a star. So it's going to be. I'm not talking about PTSD of not doing an initial trade. I'm saying you try to say you're going to reflip him. That's almost near impossible. It just doesn't. Let me put it like this.
Work like that.
The only time that happened, and it was in football, and it even happened.
Show me what player. If you're going to give me an example, give me a player. That happened to versus you telling me you can't happen,
bro. I'm gonna say it right now, right? Go back, and this is in football, and I'm trying to get it as best as possible because this guy wasn't a superstar either. What's this guy's name from UCLA quarterback? Went to the Chicago Bears. Cade McCown, right? Got drafted by the what
year is this? Who's
this? Was it like 90 something? I think
it's like 95.
Come on, man.
Hold up, but Ralph, that's my whole point. It does not happen. Once that guy's on your team, if you traded a whole bunch of stuff for him,
I disagree.
And he's not the guy. No, but if he's not a superstar, he's not even Westbrook level of star.
He has value.
You can't flip him.
You can't give up a first round pick for a dude and then he don't work out for you and then you expect the first round pick in return. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
His value diminished.
No, I don't.
Westbrook went
for first round.
Westbrook went for 3.
Go wait, hold on.
Westbrook.
You got next, Joe.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Go ahead, Ralph.
No, I said give me an example that's current, but you can't bring me something from 1997, man. Bring me something current.
That goes against your point. If it's not happened, that means it's not common. Okay, bro.
His value is his value. Like you can't diminish somebody's value.
The burden of proof is on you. Give me a situation where a team traded for a player, and I'm talking about not a superstar. I'm not talking about a superstar. I'm talking about a shooter or whatever. Like in your case, a shooter, whatever, a decent player, right, or whatever. Give me that situation where one team traded a first and they flipped them back after next year, whatever, for another first. You got to give me the examples. We'll wait.
I mean, so far, the only person that I know it was a superstar was Chris Paul got traded twice. He got traded twice.
No superstars.
Correct. He got traded twice because that's recent memory. So I need to answer
Buddy
that
Hield
question.
is not Chris Paul.
Right. Let me get a second to answer that question. But I do think that.
Go look up Kyle Korver. See what they did for Kyle Korver.
Not Kyle Korver. Come on, he's not a $20 million player. $20 million. He's
talking shooters though.
Shooter. He
No. We need a $20 million shooter. That's when you pay $20 million. That's top premier. There's a reason why he's getting $20 million and why he broke the record in.
Buddy Hield. That's because the Kings have an abject organization. And
no, that's who he is. That's who he is.
When he signed a deal, that was under Yerger, right?
It's who he is. That's
who wanted to sit him down. Like he had two coaches who did not like him. They were stuck because they had no one. It's the Kings. No one's going to Sacramento. They needed something to attract fans besides De'Aaron Fox. So they had to re-sign Buddy Hield. They had no one else. That's what happens when so-called. They're not small markets in California, but what I mean.
Well, hold on. They traded DeMarcus Cousins for Buddy Hield, and they wanted Buddy Hield. They wanted him in that pick in that draft.
No, they didn't. They didn't want Buddy Hield. They didn't want to pay Boogie Cousins that money.
No. They didn't want to pay Boogie that
money.
That was a small market team, man. They don't like to play. They don't like to pay players.
They didn't want to pay Boogie that money. That's why.
I don't know. That's debatable, right there. I think they wanted Buddy Hield.
That's not debatable, bro.
I think they wanted Buddy Hield, and they wanted that draft pick.
PP, what's up,
bro? They literally two coaches in a row. Yerger tried his best to sit Buddy Hield. He wanted to bench Buddy Hield, but he got pressured by. They literally came out and said there were many times where Yerger decided. The reason why Yerger was hated because Yerger was actually the last guy to get them closest to the playoffs, and Buddy Hield and him they clash heads all the time. Then Luke Walton comes in, and there were games where he sat Buddy Hield.
Well, Luke Walton is not. I mean, Luke Walton. You telling me? I have doubts about Luke Walton. Luke Walton.
It's not that Luke Walton's a good coach, Ralph. It's the fact that you have two different coaches who are not. I don't think they're connected in any way. Who don't like Buddy Hield. Maybe there's something with Buddy Hield, and it seems like it. He can only shoot. Put it like this. There's a podcast, I think it's like Dukes and Mo or something like that. It's like a couple, a lady and a guy, and they talk about Buddy Hield being one-dimensional. But they basically it's like almost they imply that there's stuff Buddy Hield.
But my whole thing is there's a lot of there's coaches like Tibbs who had a bad rap. Jimmy Butler had a bad rap. So, I don't really get into that whole beef with the coach because at the end of the day, that's part of the game. There's always going to be drama too. I don't expect everything to be, Kobe Bryant and Phil Jackson had real beef too. So, it's not even
in context, bro.
But Tibbs and Jimmy Butler. What about Tibbs and? That happens. That's part of the. I think it's part of the. That's part of the nature.
Jimmy Butler. Butler on the Bulls was Tibbs' guy. It was not until he got to the Wolves, and that was because of it wasn't necessarily with the coach because Tibbs loved Jimmy Butler. It was with the player and Cat, and what Butler kind of represented. The fact that they just clashed. It was players clashing, not Buddy Hield per se with the coach. Again, they got stuck with Buddy Hield because who else the hell are we going to sign? Signed to an $80 million 4-year deal, whatever the hell it was. Overpaid him, and right after that, two coaches went to bench him. I'm just saying, man. You think it's not easy to flip guys who aren't superstars? You're bringing up CP3. CP3 is a Hall of Famer. Don't matter what guys in the league who broken records that you wouldn't even think of because they're not in a Hall of Fame or they're not notable. They're not really notable like that.
Buddy Hield's a 20 points per game player. Teams are competing. Teams want to win, and there are coaches, and I believe there are coaches who would coach Buddy Hield. I think there are teams that there are certain teams like maybe the Celtics they feel like they can coach him, or maybe the 76ers, or maybe the Knicks. Like that, if you're gonna go trade for him, you're gonna give up a first round pick.
Switch from getting picks for him to all of a sudden now teams with Buddy Hield. You got off the subject.
Nah, that's what I'm trying to stay with the subject that if you want Buddy Hield, I think you will know off the rip. If you think you could coach him, I think you will know off the rip that listen, that's a first round pick. That his value is a first round pick value. I think so. Maybe
you just said if he's not the guy that you flip him for first. So it's like the NBA is not 2K, bro. You can't just flip players back and forth with these contracts like it's hotcakes. Like, bro,
I disagree. I think $20 million a normal contract. I don't think it's a big contract.
But when you're talking about flipping him back for a first, like, yo, we could literally redo our mistakes that we made. Like, dogs, it don't work like that, man. It doesn't.
I think it's harder if you have a role player, but he's not a role player. He's about close to a star, right?
Nah, man, you're tripping. Buddy Hield is nowhere near that, bro.
Okay, I don't know. Well, somewhere there.
Nowhere near that. Nowhere.
Good.
Well, I can shoot the ball.
Think about this. If he's such a star, why would you draft Halliburton?
Well, Halliburton.
I like Halliburton because he's a good player, man. He's a good player.
Why? Okay, but still, you drafted a guy who's literally could play the 1, could play the 2, and you see how he fits with De'Aaron Fox. So they did their homework on seeing who he fits with. You're not trading De'Aaron Fox. Obviously, they just signed him to a big contract. But you're not trading De'Aaron Fox and keeping Buddy Hield to play along Halliburton. I think the plan is to eventually have Halliburton starting because he complements Fox so well. Versus Buddy Hield, who could complement. Buddy Hield is thank you, Brian. A one-dimensional player. Okay. What star part is about Buddy Hield? Just because he's a good shooter?
I think he's up there. I don't know too many players who can shoot better than him.
Okay. Yeah, but if that's all you can do, then you're limited in what you can do. You can't be a star if you can only do one thing. It doesn't work like that.
Well, he's good at shooting the ball. That's what I want to say. But I don't think you guys have an argument that he's not worth a mid first round or a late first round pick. If
I'm not giving no first rounds for that dude.
Okay, I don't know. I mean,
he's not worth it, man. He's not worth it. You just drafted a dude like quickly that probably end up being a 20-point per game scorer. So why would you need to go get a dude like Buddy Hield?
Well, I'm talking about last offseason before we drafted quickly. Like, because remember, we drafted quickly maybe in November or what was it that when was the draft? It got pushed so much that I lost track. When was the draft? I mean,
last year draft was what, November? No, October.
Yeah, it was like
it was late October,
a small forward. I was interested in a small forward. Better look. I wanted to improve from Reggie Bullock and the Wayne Ellington situation from last season. So I am having that conversation about Buddy Hield because I was actually going to the games and I saw like, man, I said, what's up with Reggie Bullock and what's up with Wayne Ellington? Like, why are they getting paid $20 million and everybody's killing Bobby Portis? And I'm like, I'm seeing very little from Wayne Ellington and Reggie Bullock. So I was like, listen, man, if I could get Buddy Hield here last summer, I'm taking it off the rip. It's not even a question. So I know you guys disagree now. That's cool. I mean,
I think it's just that.
Last offseason, with what happened, bro, I wanted Buddy Hield back.
This is what I'll say about Buddy Hield. If I'm on the Knicks, I would take him, but I'm not giving you a first round pick for him, and that's where this discussion started. He's not worth that to me, and I'm not. So for me, it's like I said, we could use the 15 points, but I'm not giving up a first for Buddy Hield.
Well, right now, I agree with everybody in the panel. Of course, I don't want to give up a first, and the first round picks are very valuable. I would rather give up 2 second round picks. I agree with that notion. There are a lot of good players with Walt pairing, and after paying maybe $5 million to draft, to get Walt pairing, I get the point of keeping all your first round picks because you're gonna find cornerstones with Walt Perrin. He was able to get Rudy Gobert in the 24th pick and is now getting paid $40 million a year with the Utah Jazz. And he also found Donovan Mitchell at the 15th pick. So I get the whole pick. Like, you don't want to trade a first. I get it, and I wouldn't want to give up a first. Maybe I'll give around 2 seconds or something, just to make the argument, the conversation.
Okay, yeah, but when you talk about, it's just it's because you make it seem as if we don't want shooters. It's not. That's not the case. Is what are you giving up, and could you get that cheaper and possibly even better? Could you get a guy who could maybe not shoot threes at such a prolific rate, but can shoot threes adequately and then do other things, and he's say a second round? You know what I mean? It's just the Buddy Hield thing was like a guy like Aaron Naismith in the draft. He probably goes second. I put money. A guy like Aaron Naismith probably goes in the second round. This draft, and you might have a guy who slips like that. Where you could you had last year. You had guys like Isaiah Joe's playing like 20-something minutes for the Sixers this year. You know what I mean? You can get a one-dimensional player like that in the second. Now, granted, again, Buddy Hield is he's a really good shooter. That's all he does. You know, why are you giving up a first? And I'm not coming at you. I know you say you would change it to not giving up a first, but that's what I think. That was like the only argument we had is that's expensive.
Pretty much.
Yeah, not getting. Yeah, well, if we trade them for a first, we're not getting a first back. That was the discussion.
Yeah, I still disagree. I still disagree with you on that, though. I think,
Ralph. Put it like this. So do we agree that Buddy Hield, as much as you may like him, that he's somewhat one-dimensional?
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Okay, if he's one-dimensional, he came to the Knicks. We gave up a first for him, right? He doesn't do well with the Knicks. For a team that needs a three-point shooter, and we want to trade him because he's not doing well. What team do you think would give up a first to get him from the Knicks after he showed? First of all, he was already one-dimensional before he came to the Knicks.
76ers are for sure. I would think the 76ers would want him bad.
Bro, ain't nobody giving up a first for that man.
I disagree. I answered that question right there. 76ers will give up a first for Buddy Hield.
After he fell with the Knicks?
That's not going to happen, bro. What team's going to give up a first-round pick for a
First
dude
of all, that's a
failed
team in your division. That's your competition. How many times you want me to answer that question? Like that's okay. Like, how many times the Knicks done business with a team in this division? Like, we're not the Nets. We don't do that.
I don't know, but you asked me a question. I had to answer it. But that goes to a team that for sure will give up a first for Buddy Hield.
Really?
76ers.
After if he was to come to the Knicks and fail?
I think you know who's another one? Maybe Milwaukee too.
After he came to the Knicks and failed. If he came to the Knicks and
gave failure to you, like what's failure to you? Like that,
he's shooting mid-40s% from three. Say he shot 37% from three off the same.
No, man, it's kind of hard, man. I'm gonna be honest with the way Julius Randle's playing. I kind of find it hard.
No, but I'm not saying whether you see. I'm just giving you the scenario itself because that's the whole point. You can't just flip players who don't do well.
Ooh, I think
if he does do well with the Knicks, you're not giving him up. So the only real scenario that you give him up is if he doesn't do well with the Knicks, or if you're trying to get back that first. Obviously, if he's killing for the Knicks, you're not going to trade him.
You know who Dallas Mavericks might even give up a first. I think the Dallas Mavericks will give up a first for Buddy Hield.
Kamani Young, salute. 40-37 is good, but relative to Buddy Hield's percentage, that's not good. Buddy Hield is a 40% shooter year in, year out. Like, he's that good of a shooter, and I'll give him that credit. But 37, that's okay. Something's up. Something's wrong with this dude.
No, but to answer your question, I think the Mavericks too. I think the Mavericks will give up a first. We'll have them with Luka Doncic and KP and Tim Hardaway Jr. I think he's an upgrade over Tim Hardaway Jr. So they'll probably just say, you know what, I'll give up a first.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. is real. He's real important to that Dallas team.
Yeah, you know, I gotta take that back. I should take that back, but I think Buddy Hield. I think they will give up a first. To answer your question, I think they'll give up a first.
And he's cheaper too. So
And
thank you, Robert Arroyo. Like I said, it said they got Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz, Isaiah Joe. Doubt they give up a first. Yeah.
And this who else they got? They got Curry.
Oh, they got Seth Curry.
Yeah.
Nah, I disagree. I still think they'll take him.
And they got too much money on the books over there.
If Buddy Hield was an actual star, maybe, but no. When you got literally four guys who do all the same thing as shooting threes, and yet you're trying to bring a guy even less outside of shooting those threes to come in and you're giving up a first for him.
But
for a team also that might have to be on the rebuild anyway. After once Embiid and what's it, 2024 for both Embiid and Simmons, right?
But here's the thing. I think it's hard to evaluate Sacramento because they have Marvin Bagley, who's struggling, who's talented and struggling. I feel like I don't know what is it about Sacramento, but I feel like it's possible if Buddy Hield or Marvin Bagley or that if they have some pieces that it almost looks like if you put them in a different situation that they can flourish. It's not that I'm trying to like overhype the situation. It just looks like if they have a change of scenery with Buddy Hield or Marvin Bagley or Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox are great, but if you change the scenery or Bielitsa's also there or Hassan Whiteside, Rashawn Holmes, like if you change the scenery, that it looks like those guys can have a monster year. Like
but it's all about what are you going to give up to bet, because now you're betting on that happening. You're a GM.
Right.
These people don't got time to sit there and play NBA 2K like we're doing now and saying, yo, here. They're talking about money. You're talking about draft picks. You're talking about development. Because if those picks go on, if that first round pick or picks that you're giving up for Buddy Hield, that you said, yo, he could be that guy, that ends up to be the next Jamal Murray, that ends up being the next whoever, they're going to look at you like, yo, what the F are you doing? You're going to end up looking like Billy King. And look where Billy King is now, doing freaking internet shows like we are.
Billy King is traded for like 35-year-olds. I don't know what he's doing.
Right. What I'm saying is that when you make these bets, right, and those players turn out to the guys that you traded turn out to be beasts, and you didn't win a championship with those with those guys you traded for, or even get close to it, you lose your job. Like it's not, you can't sit up. That's what I'm saying. So you got to put the line. It's like, all right, I'm gonna give up a first for a guy in Buddy Hield who's not proven outside of shooting, and then think I could flip him back. Doesn't work that way, bro. And all the teams you mentioned, they already got guys who are already contributing for somewhat less. THJ's making what, 15 million? 15, 16? No, maybe making like 17, 18 million. 18. That's from the Knicks, and he might get less just to re-sign with the Mavericks. Just to
I don't know, man, but I still think Buddy Hield with the Mavs or 76ers will be a good fit, and he could push them. He could push them at least from past the first. I don't know. I think he could help them if it's the right situation. You know, I don't know how to evaluate if that's the right situation for them, but I do think like if you put Buddy Hield in a good situation, he could blow up, man.
Maybe, man.
And it's not just him in Sacramento. There's a couple of players there too, man. So it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if that's who he is, or if maybe this is a Sacramento Kings situation, and maybe they're not handling situations right.
Maybe, but back to this Ignite game. Clippers up. Agua Caliente up 103 to 100 against the Ignite. They said, "Oh, that was a travel." Yeah, oof. Sock it to me. That was terrible. Jalen Green right now, I believe, has 17 points. By the way, has Kuminga been back? Kuminga 2 for 9.
He got hurt.
Oh yeah, he got hurt. He was limping. My bad. Jalen Green, your boy Isaiah Todd, 7 for 15, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Jalen Green got he's 6 for 15 and 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. How do you like his game today, Jalen Green?
He's having a good game. He just hit 2 big buckets.
It's tough to judge this dude, man.
Yeah, but he's having a good game for, He's hit 2 big buckets,
No, don't get Isaiah Todd in the post. I want to see him go ISO, but it is what it is. It's actually
that was Jared Jack that tried to throw him that alley and blew it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Jared Jack's coming back to NBA anytime soon, but
this is like I said, all these veterans on this team are here to help these guys out.
Yeah,
Jared Jackson didn't want to go into coaching, which is I thought that'd be an avenue for him, but
that's a dagger right there.
I gotta do some homework on this Agua Caliente team. Actually, pretty good. Got some guys been hitting some good shots.
Yeah, because some of these guys may wind up being on the Knicks because you never know. That's how you got John Starks and Anthony Mason.
Yep.
That they would have been G League or players, at some point, before they got to the Knicks. So,
Suits of by the way, Alan Duarte salute. No, I agree with you. I agree with you big time. But Jonathan Starks, yeah, it was injury, right? He was from the Warriors. It was Warriors practice squad, was it?
Who?
Starks.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
Then someone on the Knicks got injured. And hey, all you need is one chance, man.
Good block.
Yeah, I do my homework on these guys, man. I have no idea who these guys are. Especially this dude, number one. Do you know who this number one dude is?
Yeah, clean.
Number one is it's not Coffee. Who is? I can't even see the freaking score now. What's going on?
I think it's 106, 102.
Yeah,
it's not Palmer. That's number one. Palmer.
I
don't know.
Palmer
I just remember seeing that last name. That's why.
Okay, I was in. Yeah, that's him. He's 3 for 10. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Again, an ugly game by Kuminga. But he's out.
But the thing is that once he got going, like they got, he got them basically going to get the lead back because they was down, and then he got hurt as soon as it tied the game, basically.
What was that, thigh? Was it thigh injury? Because he was like grabbing his thigh.
I don't know. They didn't. I can't hear, so he was limping. It could have been a hamstring. It could have been a quad. It could have been an ankle. It could have been anything. So
let me try to see. Injury. Gonna go through it all, man. Just gonna go through it all. So, no, I don't see anything on Twitter yet. I don't see anything. As they review this play, 106 and 102. Holy crap! Get through with this, man. It's G League. It doesn't count. Let's get on with this. Lord Jesus.
Yo, when the tournament is supposed to start?
2 weeks. I think 2 weeks from now, maybe.
Yeah, it starts March 18th.
Yeah, it's basically 2 weeks.
Yep. Can't wait. And they said all teams are gonna all ranked teams will have. Because I remember talking about someone said it might not be or some shit like that. All 30 teams won't make it or some stupid nonsense. Hey, where's Ashley from?
I just remember him going to Arizona as a college player. So
He looks mad familiar. Why am I confusing him with? Stephen Fox, leave me alone. I'm looking over there too, man. I know. It's painful. The channels, the game is on ESPNU. So the game is 108, 102 after he hit the two Palmer hit the free throws.
Oh, what do you guys think about quickly not being on the
the skills chat, yeah,
he's not on the other team.
The Rising Stars?
Yeah, Rising Stars game.
Oh wait, I thought they were just doing a
they're naming people, but they're not actually gonna play.
Yeah, he didn't make it though.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was a snub.
So who
RJ got snubbed last year for rookie, first and second team. So not surprised.
Oh, nice 3 by I believe it's Ashley. You got like a Jason Tatum game, not Jason. Sorry. Whoa, Nicholas Batum game. Kind of like stiff, can drive linear, but somehow always gets to the cup.
You talking about Ashley?
Yeah.
And he's like 7 foot though.
Oh, he's 7 foot?
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, Jalen Green just got yoked. Oh, good pass.
He got 8 up on that one.
Yeah.
With a little baby fake too.
Terrible communication between him and I can't see the guy.
Ashley. That was Ashley.
That was terrible. Yeah, Ashley 7 foot. Damn.
Yeah, damn near 6'10", 7 foot. It's all the same.
Hey, what is he? Let me see how old he is. Because we need big men who could kind of score, move around, and shoot, man. I know
not him though.
Is he trash? I don't know much about him.
Nah.
B. Ashley. Let me see. B. Ashley. Oh, come on. G League. I was talking to Fox about Steve, Sandro Mamo. He was like, he doesn't play defense, doesn't rebound well.
Oh, they're playing tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are. 30.
I haven't seen them, so now I got somebody to watch.
See, he's from Arizona. Yeah, Arizona. 6'9". He's 6'9". You said 7 feet. He's 6'9", man.
He's taller than that guy. He's the tallest guy in the court. He looks 7 foot tall.
Oh, man. But we'll see. Come on, Steven. Leave me alone, man. Damn. I said, come on, man. Leave me alone. I know Manu's down, man. This freaking sucks. We're not going to win the league anyway. Jalen Green for the 3. That's good. Jalen, okay. Steven Fox. Steven, where you at, man? Your boy, Jalen Green, is looking like this G League. I'm Obi overdoing this, but that's a big 3 in a close game, man. I'll give him some credit for that. And the shot actually looked good. Wasn't the janky?
See, this is the thing. The G League has to count for something, right? If Miles Powell is going to Milwaukee, right? So you got to give these kids some credit too. You can't I know it's a pancake. There's two sides to a pancake, but you got to be on the positive side with this. You know, with these kids playing in the G League.
And someone said earlier, do we have a problem with these, with Kuminga and Green not going to college? And I'll say this: I think that there's certain players. First of all, I think G League is going to explode in terms of the structure and how the so-called development of these players. 2023, you're going to get a lot of guys drafted in the first round who are going to stash in the G League. It's just in my opinion. Oh, go ahead, Anthony.
No, I'm just going to add on. If you want a career in basketball, why not just have a career in basketball? What's the difference? If you want to have a career in cars and building that, go do that. I understand this for the check, but at the end of the day, if you like basketball and you love basketball, and you would do it for free, do it all your life. It's okay. You got that freedom of choice.
I mean, and the thing about most of these guys are going into college for like 1 year.
Yeah,
it depends, man. Because a guy like Trey Mann, he went back to college. Second year, he's a lot. Now he's I don't say a lottery pick, but he could easily go in the first round, early second. So for some guys, they need it. They need the development. Certain guys, I know Kuminga's struggling, but again, I think Kuminga's a guy that, as long as you don't make him the end-all be-all superhero for your team, like you try to force him to be that in his rookie year, I think that he might be ahead of the curve in certain regards to his so-called development. Even though I know he's looked terrible these past few games with shooting, but. Just watch him. He has a grown man's game and a grown man's idea, like his court awareness, spots on the floor, his post-up game are more advanced. I've seen a lot of people. Jalen Green, 3 from the corner. Oh, come on, Jalen. Out of all the threes you shot, man, come on. That was the one that had the least amount of lift. Come on, Jalen.
Sometimes it's better to go for 2 than to go for 3. Sometimes you got to take the layup. There's 30 seconds left in the game. Sometimes you got to extend the game.
Trying to be the superhero, man.
Yeah. I know you're down 4 points, but sometimes you have to extend the game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll break a free throw.
With time left on the clock for the other team too. Wasn't the smartest, but
you can't always take the 3, especially when there's so much time left.
And guys, not guys in the video chat already said this, but guys in the regular chat, your boy Monty Bates is dying the G League. And I told to Nick, and Nick said, what about Chet Holmgren? Chet Holmgren scares me a little bit. I don't know how his body will fill out because he has a weird game where in these high school games, he's not the quickest as a big man, but for some reason he can get to the basket. It's a few steps for him to the basket. Oh, nice shot by your boy Ashley. We just ished on Mr. 6'9" over there.
He had good form.
Yeah, he did. He did, man. Put like this, I take him right now over Knox. This idiot Knox drove into the court. Yo, bro, you don't understand. Like at that point, I think that's when I say I'm done taking notes. I'm not even.
Yeah, we laughed at him at that point yesterday. That was bad.
I think Kevin W was defending that play too.
Ralph, what's new? What?
Yeah.
There's nothing to defend about that. Nothing. He had an open 3.
That's just a bad basketball play.
He had an open 3. Dribble to the corner to take a harder 3, and then had the nerve later in the game to take that same damn 3.
He made the same top of the key 3.
Made the same damn 3.
Oh man, Ralph. There's just certain people like certain players where it's just like they just mentally it's just like
I gotta give credit to Frank though. I think Frank kind of stepped up. I'm telling you, man. I remember I was trying to tell you it was you and Isaiah. I'm like, listen, man, Frank is gonna step up a little bit. I like his energy. He's coming through. He's playing aggressive. I don't care that he doesn't have assists. He kept shooting. He kept shooting.
But Ralph, the whole thing that we argued with was him being a lead guard. I don't think he's that anymore. But we all was on MBK. Man, I've said it. Me and Isaiah both said it. You can still play him as an off-ball guard. The thing about it is that with Tom Thibodeau, just felt like, all right, they're moving off him. They didn't sign an extension, or they didn't offer him an extension. Just seems like he was kind of done. And then you had all these other players. Granted, he's playing mostly because guys are hurt. So you got all these other players, and it's like, all right.
Well, he's always been on his own way, though. He's because he wasn't aggressive. Now that he's shooting the ball, bro, I
bring him back next year. I will
start defending him if he starts playing. If he continues his trajectory of being aggressive and shooting, I trust his defense. Just shoot the ball when you got it. Don't start hesitating, because once you start hesitating, you deserve to be at. You know where you go. You become a situational player.
Well, look at all his shots. Look at all his shots were legitimately solid shots. Like all the chances he took. You know what I mean? So I give it to Frank. He worked on his game. He worked on his game big time. But a guy like Knox, just dogs. What the F are you doing? By the way, the Clippers
situation
111 with Kuminga. He's out right now. I couldn't find anything on Twitter to find out what exactly his injury was. But Kuminga is, went 2 for 9 from the field, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Not a good game whatsoever. Jalen Green came alive, went 7 for 17, 4 for 9 from 3, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals for 20 points. Very solid game. Your boy Isaiah Ty, 7 for 15, 14 points, 6 assists, 3 steals. And then the Knicks had 10 points, 4 for 11, 2 for 2 from the stripe, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Yeah, now I got to do my research on some of these guys on the Agua Caliente team, but that's about it. I'm gonna try to cover the USC Stanford game later tonight. I'm also gonna be doing an interview with Nick Ish, so please guys go subscribe on YouTube for Nick Ish. I don't know what question they're gonna bombard me with, but those are some good dudes, man. They have a really good podcast, so support them. Nick Ish, as in Nick and then hyphen Ish, ISH. But until then, guys, peace, salute, God bless
everybody.
See you guys.
All right, fellas.